a robot fight, fixing the municipality, and the German.
I'm Bomber Webb.
Wait, I'm Chris?
And you're about to listen to This Week in Sedgefield.
Oh no. I've got to let Bomber know. Hey Bomber. Hey Bomber. Bomber?
What, dude? What? What's going on, man? It's 3 a.m.
Well, you know how we recorded what was most likely the best podcast that anybody has ever recorded? You know how we did that? How we broke through barriers? You were singing at one point, and from your very mouth there was sound of violins and lions, and you know that one that we recorded today?
Oh, yeah, it was beautiful, man. It was so beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
Well, you can't. A robot came in and he pushed me to the ground and he said rude words. I didn't understand them, but they were rude. And it ate it. The robot ate our episode. It ate our podcast.
Yep, ladies and gents, I'm afraid due to technical glitches, the recorded episode of This Week in Sedgefield was destroyed.
Well, you may not believe that a robot ate our episode, and if you are indeed calling us a liar, then I've only got 3 words for you: milk, shoe, and abacus. I hope that you enjoyed them, and I hope that teaches you a lesson. All right, folks, so we recorded an entire podcast episode, and it came out super garbled, like you heard there in the intro, which of course I was just very happy about. You know, nothing makes your day better than all of that, and then coming out with that. But honestly, don't mind too much. It was a really great conversation with Bomber that we get to have, and maybe that makes it just extra super special. That it was just between us for once, without other people listening to it. Okay, folks. So seriously, what we're going to be doing over here is making a plea to you. We've got 2 parts to this. First is we want to really include you in the conversation more. We have absolutely loved doing these episodes. We're on about our 30th episode now, which is absolutely amazing. And we're getting an average of 100 to 200 listens per episode, and a whole bunch of engagements. And it's really exciting for us because we honestly do believe in the power of conversation, that the right people hearing the right things in the right places makes a difference, and that it can serve our community well. So thank you for engaging. Thank you for chatting to us about it. Thank you for giving recommendations. And yeah, thank you for those chats. We want even more, not necessarily views, but more engagements, because we know that it helps. And so we want to ask you to please send us voice notes. We love our In a Minute section especially. And if you have something that you are passionate about, something that you want to speak about with regards to Sedgefield, in a minute, and not 2 minutes or 5 minutes, but in a minute or less, let us know your thoughts on it. Let me start you off with one and say, do you have a way to fix the municipality? There's a lot of mess going on. In fact, in this great and glorious episode, we spoke at length about it, and we want to continue that conversation because we didn't actually land. I think both of us will agree. Well, Bomber has to, because he's not in the studio right now. He's probably out running or chasing hens or something. I don't know. I don't know what he does in the morning. But we want to hear from you guys. Because we didn't really land on a great conclusion on how we fix the municipality and what can we do or what must be done. And let's hear, I mean, it can be wild solutions like they actually all just get along. Whatever it might be, we want to hear that. So please, on WhatsApp or wherever it might be, you can even drop it in the comments. Please let us know, what would you do, or what do you think could fix the municipality? Is it breaking away and becoming our own municipality again as Sedgefield? I know in a previous sort of town hall meeting, one of the meetings that Cleone had, there was the ex-mayor who was saying, we need a new mayor, and maybe the ex-mayor should be mayor. What do you think it might be? We're very, very curious, very keen to hear, and very hopeful for some great discussions to go forward. And then, to not really end off the episode, for this last bit of the episode, we had one story that was that Bomber told, and it's one of the most epic stories I think that could have happened in Sedgefield. I mean, there are probably more. We would love to hear them if you've got them, by the way. But this was about the German, and it appeared on episode 20-something a while ago, and there was something strange again that happened technologically, which meant that we only had about 80 listens, which was pretty low for it. So we're going to repost it here, and we would love to hear your thoughts on it, and we hope that you enjoy it. And then next week, we'll most definitely be back with a normal episode with a lot more voices, a lot more talk, a lot more laughs, and a lot more engaging with the things that matter in our town. So for your listening pleasure, here is The German. There's this one great story that you've got that we started speaking about last week of some out of country visitors. I would like to title this one "The Germans."
The Germans. Yes.
I think you got a better title. What was it? I don't
Hastemeisters.
Hastemeister. Don't say what it is, but let's hear about this, because I love this.
Okay, so let's go back to probably about 2003.
Can I come back when I'm done?
So the Edge newspaper in 2003 had a visit from in fact, no, let me go back a month, a couple of weeks prior to that. A couple of weeks prior to that.
Come back
so
when you're done.
I happened to be on a volunteer first aid team. It was a thing set up that a few of us would rush to assist with first aid, because it used to take the ambulances hours to come from Neisner. I think Neisner
and it was
had
Baywatch audition. I think was really the reason your Baywatch audition.
Yes, that was it.
Sorry, keep going.
Okay. So we were called to the beach because there was an apparent drowning in progress.
Okay. Emergency?
Emergency, yeah. So we rushed there, fearing the worst.
Yeah.
But what actually was going down there is there was a German fellow
it's a German.
and his daughter, and they had been caught in a rip current. So they were actually fairly far out, trying to swim in against the rip current. But fortunately, there was a guy on the beach, and believe you me, this was it when nothing happened in Sedgefield. So us first aiders were there. The fire engine was there. The fire department was there. I think there was a couple of doctors on duty. And everyone. It was like a spectator sport.
Yeah.
And this man, I don't know if he was part of the NSRI or a lifeguard or something, but he was somehow signaling to them to go to the side.
Yes.
That's what you do in a rip current.
Pictures, that are up
in
on
a
all
rip
the beaches.
Current, you don't swim back against the current. You go to the left or the right, and then you will be brought back in by the other currents. So he somehow, don't know how, somehow he signaled to them.
International hand language, yeah.
Yes. And they managed, they watched what he was saying, and they managed to come in. But they had been so terrified, especially the father. So it's a father
terrified, and daughter, right?
Yeah, father and daughter. That when they got on the beach, and A, they really wanted to thank this dude, but B, the whole fire crew was there. I think they were all volunteer fire crew at the time. And then the first aiders, we were there. He just was blown away.
Yeah.
So he said to everyone, look, I want to buy you a drink. He probably said it better than that.
A little bit less like Dracula. But
I want to buy you a drink.
I want to. Excuse me.
No, he wanted to buy everyone a drink.
Wow,
But
yeah.
we couldn't. The first aiders, we had to go back to work. But the fire crew, they
Fire crew
volunteers.
they weren't doing anything important.
Well, they were, it was a quiet day. And so some of them stayed behind.
Yes,
Long
yeah.
story short, whilst he was in the pub with them, he said, hey, what can I buy you guys? Not just a drink.
Yes.
I want to make a donation to the fire department. And they accepted the donation of, he bought them some emergency rescue.
Schnitzels. Emergency schnitzels.
Emergency schnitzels.
It's emergency. Was die Schnitzel?
And a
I've got it.
Frankfurter sausage.
Oh.
No, he bought them some emergency mountain rescue equipment, actually.
Amazing.
Quite a lot of money.
Amazing.
So then, then we go back to the week after, or 2 weeks after. They called us. The fire department said, look, we'd like to celebrate this guy in the paper.
Yeah.
So can we have a picture in the paper of him shaking our hand, presenting us this equipment? So we put that in the paper. We chatted to the guy.
Yeah, chatted to him.
Chatted to him, and we asked him the story and Okay, cut to now. Apparently, the whole time he was in jail. The whole time he was in Sedgefield, he was very generous. He was handing out 200 Rand tips to the petrol guys. He was
To his entourage that I'm sure would be following him at this point.
So he left town somewhere. We didn't hear from him again, and thought, well, he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think it was about 2 weeks after that, maybe a month after that, I get a call from the Sunday Times saying, this guy you featured in your paper. I said, yeah, nice guy, really good, cool guy. They said, well, not.
Oh.
So he
Yeah.
was on the run from the German police and Interpol.
No way.
Yeah. So I will fill in that story just now, but anyway, they had traced him. He had been sending them, sending the head of the German police, teasing letters,
Like taunts. What?
for years.
Yeah.
Since 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
But I will get back to that. So basically, they had decided they couldn't find him, but they watched his daughter. She had flown out to Cape Town.
Yeah.
And then they'd come up, and that's when they had
figured out where it was.
The daughter had come up to see her father.
Yeah.
And then when she went back to Cape Town, they spotted her again, and then the father went to visit her, and they grabbed him.
Whoa.
So then,
hold him
again,
back off.
now we go a few more years forward.
Years, okay.
He arrives at my shop in the Edge newspaper again, and I'm like, whoa!
Excuse me, I've just got to go make a call. Nothing to do with you. No, I don't need to run. I just like running sometimes.
Yes,
It's a hobby.
What? This rifle? No, it's not me. Anyway, so and with him, he had a man with a camera, like a rolling movie camera.
Yeah.
So he said, "Do you remember me?" And I said, "What?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yes."
no, yeah.
And he told me the story.
Whoa.
So this is the background story.
Yeah.
So in the late 1990s, I think it was, he had a business partner.
Yeah.
And he had caught his business partner embezzling a whole lot of money.
Okay. In Germany now.
This is in Germany.
Okay, yeah.
This is the story he told us. So he told his business partner, sorry, this has got to go to the police.
Yeah.
So his business partner beat him to it, went to the police. I think he had sort of said, give me a day to sort it out or whatever. I'll pay the money back. Went to the police and accused him.
Ooh.
His name, not the business partner, the guy the German guy we're talking about.
Framer.
Gautz, I think it's Gautz or Chametz or something, Decker.
Gericus.
Gericus.
Maybe it's Gericus.
So he got arrested, and the police refused to listen to his story, saying it was his partner.
Yeah, somebody's smart enough to do that embezzling is going to frame him up real
So he got
good.
framed good and proper.
Oh.
He did the time.
Okay.
Then when he came out, he thought, well, I've done the time. Now I'm going to do the crime.
Oh, no way.
So he got
That's a straight up
involved
movie.
with it is. It's just like a movie. That's why the cameraman was following him.
Yeah.
The cameraman was now part of a
Yes.
German program to film this.
Document this.
So
and they heard about Bomber in the Edge.
So after his after spending the time in jail, so it probably was the mid-90s, I don't know, but he came out and then he got involved in a cash in transit heist.
Whoa.
Where he got more than 6 million rand. He got.
Yeah.
And then he nipped off to South Africa.
Oh, and then we pick up.
There we pick up. So he nipped off to South Africa.
Yeah.
They couldn't find him anywhere. They handed all the details of it. And he would send postcards and letters via various places.
Smartly.
So that they could,
Wow.
and taunt this German chief of police saying, you'll see.
Yeah.
And he was spending the money on everybody else.
Yes.
There was
Very,
a young
very
man in
generous,
Sedgefield at the time who desperately wanted to move to Cape Town and open a restaurant. And this guy gave him heaps of money.
Jeez.
Heaps of money. So
so make friends with foreigners.
So he got arrested.
Wow.
He went back. I think he did some more jail time.
Probably
got out for good behavior.
Yeah.
And then he was now going to make some money from this.
From this documentary,
this
movie, whatever it is. That would be amazing to find it.
Wow.
If anybody knows where we could find that, I would love to watch it.
It would be in German. They interviewed me, so I told them the story.
Yeah.
I never did get to watch it.
Well, with AI now, you can actually generate it that it will spit it out in English. And it will even use that person's voice. If you send it through the right one, it actually matches up their mouth movements as well.
My goodness.
So it will have him speaking or whoever is speaking, but it will translate it for you.
I'm going to find it.
I'm going to find it. If you do, let's go.
I'm going to find it.
We can speak to Steve.
Yes, speak to Steve.
If Steve is actually real, he might actually be an AI agent as well. Bomber, that is absolutely incredible. Absolutely
Isn't
amazing.
Isn't it just another old Sedgefield story?
Thank you so much for listening. We love being here. We love being able to do this. Hope that you have a good one.